Welcome to episode 12. This is a special episode because not only is it our dozenth episode, it is our 12-month anniversary of gaming together. That's right, it's been 1 year of us all doing this weird little game. And as a result, I wanted to do something a little special and a little different. So, picking up where we left off, you guys were in a tavern. And, well, all except for Casseros, was it? Who slept in the garden pot outside?
Yes. I did.
So, I'm assuming, Casseros, you come in the morning seeking your companions, wondering where they might be at. The tavern is not particularly busy in the morning, but, you go in and you do find your companions eating breakfast. And as you do walk in, you catch notice of a gentleman in the far corner. He appears to be a satyr and looks to be getting ready to do some type of performance.
Performance fun.
Is it a satirical performance?
Ha 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 ha. I will gladly sit down and watch the satyr in his performance. Why not? A bit of entertainment in the early morning.
Well, you're sitting down and watching. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, I was just saying Ray will watch too, but just out of curiosity.
Okay, so you guys are kind of looking. You're eating, and then the bartender comes up, and he points over. It's like, yeah. That's our new bard who just came in. He's here on tour. Not going to be performing till tonight, but he knows tale of a lot of things. You might want to go have a word with him if you're on some kind of a quest, which I think I overheard you mentioning last night.
Sounds good.
Like, Casseros will probably find him very interesting because, like half man, half animal going on. I don't know how many. Well, he's probably seen satyrs in the forest.
Oh yeah, you definitely have. You're unlike other people you've seen. You're not particularly interested. You do know though there is a group of humans that find them very interesting, and they come out to the forest. Some call them pansexuals.
Oh God.
Oh good.
Anyway,
And the pun continue.
Well, I was just waiting for it. I mean, come on, the setup was there.
Right.
Anyway, so do you go over to him?
Sure.
He perks up. Oh, hello there.
Hello. Heard you know lots of things. So we figure we come on over and have a chat.
I do know lots of things, but I also like to play lots of games. If you'd be interested in joining me for one of them, perhaps I could help you out with some information.
Games.
Depends on the kind of games you like.
Well, this one is kind of fun. It's kind of a novel concept, so you're going to have to bear with me on it. So, I like to do this thing called role-playing. Now, check it out. We use these weird special dice that I had made, and here they are. And he sets out some, like a die that looks like it has like maybe 10 sides and one that has 20 and maybe, a couple standard sixes. And he goes, now, unlike our world that's full of fantasy and adventure, this one takes place in a mundane world where all there are humans. But they take on positions, not classes, but positions. And in doing so, they have to do things like make money and buy food. And there's a whole economy involved and all sorts of fun stuff. I call it Timeclocks and Stocks.
Sounds like a great game. We'll play.
Seems like
Awesome.
this sounds weird.
Well, please, sit around the table. Here. Let me
Take a while. Listen.
Yes. Oh, yes. My mechanical friend. Please join us. Here, I have a position for you as well.
Oh, really? It is a constructed world based on order and rules. I enjoy this.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you're interested in order and rules. Let's see. You appear to be forged. You have some Gondian, perhaps?
Why, indeed. How forever did you know?
Oh, I just have a sense of these things, but you very much would like this. This is somewhat inspired by your order.
Why, excellent. I like
Oh,
this already.
Sit. Okay, so he will hand out to you some sheets. So let's just start at the top with, how about Dane? You'll go first. You are, good. You're HR. So if you could find that sheet in the
HR,
printed out
okay.
ones. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Casseros, you are sales.
Wah, wah, wah.
Ray, you are IT. And Alpha, that makes you post room.
Oh, great. I like manual labor.
All right, so he hands out the character sheets to all of you and says, okay, so the best way I like to start this is to put us into the mindset of these people. Now remember, you're not a dwarf or a tiefling or an elf. You're just a human. So just imagine just a basic plain human, and there's no magic. Everything is just a little bit of science, okay? So can you guys like want to build up your characters a little? Take a look at who you are. You know, like the person from HR has to deal with people all day. So like tell me about yourself. Create this character. What like age are you? What sex? What's your personality traits?
So this looks like a job for. I'm a 46-year-old with dyed red hair and
Ooh,
horn spectacles.
very nice. Are they just like clear glass to make you look more waspy, or do you actually need them? Like, do you have a prescription?
Yeah, I need him to see.
Right on. Okay. Oh, our postman. Yeah. What?
I like to wear a knitted shawl.
Ooh. Now that's a nice detail. I like that. What about you, postman? What are you?
Oh, I suppose I am. These are very difficult questions for me to consider. I am a human, and I enjoy working. I am not very familiar with these normal human tropes, so it's very difficult for me to grasp this concept.
That's understandable. It is a very strange world. Like I said, it doesn't even have all of the things that we have. Like, for example, in this world, though it is inspired by Gond and his desire to have order and progress, he doesn't actually exist within the world because there are no how can we say this, physical manifestations of the gods.
How fascinating.
Yes.
And I will say, I am a human soft postman who enjoys, I will say, food.
Excellent. It is good to eat. All right.
I would suppose yes, though I am not too overly familiar with this concept. I have heard that food can be very enjoyable for flesh bags.
Term.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely, it is. Which, speaking of which, IT. Tell us about yourself. What is it like there in IT? Who are you?
Well, seems like I'm dealing with idiots all day, so not too much different from here. But it seems like I'm actually more smart for once. I know more about this technological babble.
So how old are you? What are you?
I'd say I'm an underpaid adolescent who's just trying to make ends meet.
Okay.
Ooh, excellent. Yes. So I didn't even have to explain this, but part of the mechanics of this world is young people tend to be more like into the technology than the older people. They just kind of get it better. All right. Sales, what about you? Please tell us about you.
Very good at interacting with and deceiving people. But I feel like that also means I have a dark secret. Maybe some dead bodies buried in my basement.
Oh, okay. And how old are you?
That seems to be the vibe I'm getting. I'd say probably what would be a good age for a male sales associate. Let's say about like 29, good mid-range age, best way to deceive multiple people. I'm most attractive, I feel
Awesome.
like older people and younger people. Like the perfect age range, and I will be deceptive at any turn I can get. I just want to sell my boxy box.
That sounds perfect. So that brings us up. We are in this scenario. Oh, and first, just to know, I am the GM or general manager. So I'll be looking over the business, if you will. And what we do is make boxes. So this is a company that makes boxes. Who ever heard of such a thing? But not the point. All right. You guys are drawn together by a common habit. You go out and you take what's called a smoke break. Okay, so unlike in our world where, if someone wants to smoke, it's a personal choice. So, you have your pipe, whatever. But in this mechanical world, they've taken all of the uniqueness out of it and they turn everything into these little round sticks that you have to gather outside and inhale. And it's really not a good idea. It's generally frowned upon, but you guys found a common friendship in it. And one Tuesday morning, you're all out having your cigarettes together, having your smokes, and HR, you receive what's called a memo. This is like getting a message on a scroll, but it's on an electronic device that you hold in your hand. And what it says is that your patron, your boss, this is like a patron deity in our world, is the senior HR manager, and they're sitting in on a board meeting. That's the gathering of like the top people. And they're saying a new management consultant has been hired to do company-wide layoffs in a bid to save money. No one will be safe if this plan is enacted, so you must act quickly. Thankfully, the CEO is taking a day to think about it. Your mission is to prevent this plan from going into action by somehow persuading the CEO not to accept it or discrediting the new manager. The HR patron says, come by her office later to discuss more if you wish. All right. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to stub out my cigarette in the proper receptacle and hurry to my boss's office.
Excellent.
As fast as my kink pumps will allow my overweight body to go.
Okay, you shuffle. Should be able to make it without any problem. Are the others following you?
Oh, I'm not sure. We were alerted of the situation. Were we?
Well, HR should have.
HR plays things close to the vest, close to the shawl, so to speak. So probably not yet.
You didn't
He's gonna
share
leave them alone to enjoy
their smoke.
So what?
To enjoy their smoke.
Yeah. Leave them to enjoy their smoke. But I have all of their cell phone numbers as being part of HR, so I can always message them later.
Oh, you're quite good at this. Yes, you even you've figured out another mechanic. Unlike our sending stones based on magic, they use electronic devices that communicate with each other.
Interesting. What is this electricity you speak of?
Indeed.
It is an invisible force that is capable of doing work. in this world, it gets harnessed and used for different things.
Fascinating indeed.
Almost like magic.
Does sound like magic.
Right. So, do you make it to your boss's office? You run back right in there from your smoke break?
Yeah, I'm sure I made it in plenty of time because the boss was still sitting in on the board meeting. So, I would assume I do.
Okay, so you make it in there right before they arrive then. And she walks in and says, I believe the consultant's proposals are based on inflated maths. I know you have some friends in other departments, but if you guys can get into the consultant's document folder and maybe take it to someone in accounting, they could decipher the figures. Then maybe find a way to break into the big boardroom meeting this afternoon. I'll do my best to... So, your request from the HR office was to basically go find the consultant's proposals, see if the numbers are inflated by having them checked with accounting, and find a way to break into the big board meeting this afternoon to stop the consultant.
Okay. All right. So I need a plan. So I'm going to go back down to the smoke area, being as that everyone that I know seems to smoke. I mean, they'll probably be back to this area in about 10 minutes, give or take. So I'll just kind of wait for them to show back up because shouldn't take any time at all, really.
Okay, so you hang out for a few minutes and your buddies come back out. Do you guys want to have a conversation?
Yes. So,
Well, my salesperson, William Bigsworth, will flash a grin at HR. Maybe give a little wink, with his charming self.
I glare at him with my horn rim glasses. I'm like, knock it off. We don't have time for that right now. This is serious.
Wow.
There's been a consultant brought in to fire us all, so we have to stop it.
Ooh, okay. Question for the satyr.
Yes.
Is murder frowned upon in this mundane world?
Yes. In fact, you generally are going to have to solve all of these conflicts without hitting or killing anyone.
I don't think I like this world as much.
Well, that's the point. That's the challenge. See, unlike our world, this one is incredibly restricted.
I see. Something that's completely a challenge.
Exactly.
All right, Dane raises his hand and motions at the serving wench. He's like, "Wench, I'm thinking this is gonna call for more ale."
She gives you a nod and a dirty look.
Oh, sure, she's used to everyone calling her wench. All right.
Ray is going to slap Dane across the table.
All right.
Okay. So, all right. So I am going to talk to Alpha first off, and saying, Alpha. So my boss gave this mission to us, and so the first thing we need to do is we need to grab the consultant's document folder, and so since you can kind of move around the building unnoticed, do you think it would be possible for you to kind of switch out the consultant's document folder with, say, blank ream of paper for a little bit, enough for us to kind of, get the document to somebody that can do something with it?
Why, yes, fellow human, I do believe this will be possible. As I believe that I am friends with many people in this construct here that we are working within.
Well, all right, cool. So so why don't you why don't you see if you can sneak in and grab that document?
Very well. Alpha just starts trotting away. But on the way in, he forgets that he's still smoking. Because he's not used to doing this.
HR, I yell at him, "Hey, no smoking in the building. That is punishable by a first offense is a verbal warning."
Oh. Is this the verbal warning?
Not yet. I'm being nice to you because you are doing something for me. So just get rid of the cigarette before you go back in the building.
He drops the cigarette and says, "But now I am confused. You verbally communicated with me and gave me a warning, but it is not a verbal warning."
It is not official. I will let you know when it is an official verbal warning.
Understood. Just leaves.
Oh, what will you have me do, HR person?
I don't know. What can you do?
Well, I have a tolerance for BS. I can BS my way out of anything, and I have a maximum charm and connections.
You know what you need? I need you to do is go see if you can't grab this consultant and take him somewhere for drinks.
Oh, goody.
Get him all liquored up so he won't notice his documents missing.
Well, it depends. Is it a he or a she?
Doesn't matter.
Well, it says... Oh, it just inflicts a negative 1 penalty. Yeah, sure, take me to this consultant. I would love to deceive some people.
Well, I originally assumed it would be a male, but if you're strongly inclined, we could change that parameter.
Doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter at all. It just says here that you're sexy and you know it. Turn on that smile when dealing with people attracted to your gender and inflict a negative 1 penalty on their next roll.
Excellent. That works. I'm good with it.
So yeah, gender doesn't necessarily matter. It just matters upon their attraction. Yeah.
You know what? Let me roll for something real quick. They seem to be very open.
Ah, nice.
Excellent.
I think I am starting to like this game. For once, people actually will listen to me and not be scared of me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in this world, but...
Awesome.
Anyways, take me to this consultant. I will make sure they have the greatest time, and maybe I will learn some things.
Okay. So,
All right. So I grab your arm and I lead you up to where the boardroom is, and I'm like, point him out. There he is. But you have to wait till the meeting's over.
Okay.
I'm assuming the postman follows, or
Oh, indeed.
I assume postman's already gone.
Yeah, I would assume that the postman kind of.
Already making his way towards the cabinets. Must collect paper.
gotcha. And IT, what are you up to?
I don't know. I haven't been assigned a role yet. I can access the internet from any location in the office. Don't know what the internet is, but I can do it.
Oh, here. Let me fill you in on that. So, any information you want or anything, like if you need a question answered, you can search for it and find the answer. Now, there's a couple philosophies on this. One is you post the wrong answer and to what you think the question, or like you come up with the question, you post the wrong answer and someone will correct you. Or if you need to help someone that's lying, you can find any information you want to support whatever bullshit there is in the entire world.
Okay. All right.
So basically, it's a really useful modifier. You need to answer something, you can get an answer. You need to support someone, you can support them.
I can also distract people and make their eyes glaze over and stun them by my techno babble.
True.
Perfect. All right. So, So is the meeting in full swing right now?
Well, somehow the HR manager was able to get out and make the report. Let's say they broke for lunch and that's how the report came down. So, HR momentarily was able to take a break, so they're still breaking for lunch. I guess now would be the time if sales wanted to go talk to the potential new hire, as everyone is going out to get something to eat.
Perfect.
And
I'm
I'm
going
sure,
in.
and I'm sure sales has a corporate account to buy this guy drinks.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Lots and lots of drinks, maybe.
But I'll approach with my dazzling smile and try to convince him to go get some drinks. Some drinks, maybe some lunch.
Lunch/drinks. Yeah.
Lunch/drinks, whichever he's feeling.
Okay.
There's a new chicken place that opened just down the road.
Chicken, you say? Let's see. First off, let's roll. Ooh, he loves chicken. I rolled a nat 20. I mean,
That's funny.
He loves chicken. Do you want me to roll for... Oh, I see here that has a number next to my charm. Would you like me
yes.
to roll one of these dice and add that to it?
Yes, the 10-sided one. Or actually, I was going to play this one differently. I'm still developing this game. I've only played it a few times, across the world with a few different players. So yes, that's a good idea. Let's use the 20-sided one and add that to it. I like that a lot.
Plan. I believe 16 plus 7 is
Ooh.
23.
Yes, you definitely basically make him feel like he has met his new best friend, and
or maybe something more.
There's definitely a tingle there with the 21, and you guys are heading out for your chicken sticks or chicken whatever.
Let's go.
It's obviously it would have to be an elevated chicken dish to, pique his interest.
And of course, I will start BSing my way through a conversation.
Oh, of course. I mean, yes, it is elevated, but the restaurant is still like, kind of exclusive. Like they use their condiments for their racism. Like they only keep gray poupon and no poupon of any other color.
Poupon is allowed. Okay, good to know.
All right.
Oh my god.
I'll probably use my connections and charms stat to my advantage.
Oh, yes. In fact, let's see here. Roll me a connections check as you go to the restaurant.
Another 1d20?
Yes.
That'll be a 9.
Sadly, it's not a place where you, really know anyone. It's just a place you heard about.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a chicken place. I don't necessarily know anyone working at a chicken place. My connections are much higher than that.
Ah, yes, that makes perfect sense. Okay, while you're out eating, let's check in with the others. All right, guys, how's it going back at the office?
I believe I have successfully acquired paper.
Excellent. You do have the key to the storage room. You can get as much paper as you can carry.
Oh, I can carry a lot. Since he doesn't know exactly how much he needs, he puts an entire pack into his trolley.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Got it. Oh, good lord. Do we know? So, I can instantly ask him if the consultant has his docu folder with him right now.
This weird device from HR. So, could I just calmly ask, maybe let's ease into it a bit, like kind of beat around the bush for a minute and then ask about the documents. So maybe, what's it like being recommended for a consultant and what kind of thing,
Well, you don't need this necessarily. I'll just see if he's got something, if he carried his satchel with him or anything like that.
I will check if he has a briefcase with him or some kind of carrying device.
Okay. He does not.
Huh.
All right.
So probably, unless he has... What kind of clothes is he wearing? Is there a potential he could be hiding pieces of parchment in it?
Oh, no, this is business professional. So to put it in terms of our world, something you would see a member of the nobility wearing, like one of the barons, for example.
Interesting. But not necessarily pockets or room for documents.
No room for documents, though they do have pockets. These individuals like to adorn themselves with usually outdated jewelry, things like a small timekeeping device on a chain in their pocket.
Discreetly send a magic message back to HR saying that he does not have the documents. I don't want him to feel left out, because if he must feel like he's the most special person in the world right now. That is the only way you can truly get some more info out of them at with such short notice. I will very discreetly as possible send back word to HR.
Excellent. I'm just going to check real quick before we get too far. I want to see where his tolerance for bullshit is. He's doing all right. He's having a good time with you. You seem to be flattering him well.
Perfect.
All right. So then I get the message, and I immediately message back sales saying, "All right, find out where he left it."
All right. I don't want to go straight to that, so maybe I'll ask what was the kind of application process for this, and kind of ease my way into asking about where he might locate some documents.
Okay.
The location of it.
The location. Let's see. Roll your charm. I'm gonna check his calmness.
That was a 13.
Yeah, he does. He's really not forthcoming with where it's at. You can tell that he's more. He's not really interested in talking about work at the time. He's more interested in getting to know you, like what sports do you watch, what games do you play, stuff like that.
To the one we're playing right now?
No. In this world, there are sports ball events, things where people make spheres, balls out of animal skin and stuff it with different things. They hit them with sticks or nets that are attached to rings like we sew with. Or some of them hold them tightly to their bodies and slam into each other at full runs.
Ooh, sounds very interesting. I like the one where they slam into each other.
Yeah, it's really quite incredible. It causes brain damage, and they get paid lots of money for basically liquefying the matter inside their skulls.
Sounds like my kind of game.
How fascinating.
Sport, and maybe slowly ease into work, but obviously we won't be able to do it right away since that's not exactly what he's feeling right now. But maybe we'll come back around to it at some point.
Okay. In the meantime, so do you want to just start investigating or do something since you're not getting the information you were hoping for?
Yes. All right. So okay. So I get the answer back, and I just shake my head and go, "Sales. This can't get anything done in a timely manner." So then I immediately contact the CEO of the company, and I'm like, "Hey, John, how's that pretty new secretary that you recently hired? She working out? And oh, by the way, what's your wife doing right now?"
Ooh, that's a power move. You're going over your boss's head straight for the CEO and pulling what would that be? A juicy? Trying almost hinting at a gossip bomb? Oh no, that's a got your number. Ooh,
That's a gap.
interesting.
Got your
Okay. That is going to be definitely a conflict. Let's see here. How can we do this? Roll a dice, succeed. Okay, we are going to use a 6-sided die. And I'm going to have you roll that and add that to your charm. Well, is that charm?
I think it'd almost be connections because I'm not really using any kind of a charm.
Yeah,
This
you
is
are.
a
That's definitely connections. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
real threat.
Roll a 6-sided die and tell me what you get with it when added to your connections.
4 plus 8 is 12.
Wow. He responds immediately and seems to be very, very plain and abrupt. My wife is at home with the kids, and the secretary is quite functional at her job. And he basically is like, nothing to be concerned about. Think no more of it.
Okay. Okay. So, gosh darn it.
Dane, are you trying to suggest that the CEO might be untruthful to his wife?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
This is why.
If anyone's going to know the location of the docu-folder, it would have been the CEO since he was with the guy in the meeting.
True.
Well, your
See,
boss,
this
Dane, your boss calls you very upset. What are you doing contacting the CEO directly? You do not go over my head like that.
I reply, I'm trying to find out some information. You wanted me to find this guy's docu-folder. Sales has let me down. So we're on a time limit here.
Yes, but you cannot just contact the CEO like that. There are protocols and situations that you just can't do that. Find another way.
And sales isn't letting you down, you're just impatient.
Well, yes, I'm HR. You should be buying this guy about 10 shots, and then he'll answer any question that you care to put to him.
True. Does this chicken place sell alcohol?
Yes.
Perfect. Allow me to offer up a round of shots.
Okay. He at first is like, oh, I really shouldn't, but then you persuade him. He says, sure, why not? And you guys have a drink together.
We'll keep going along this. We'll get him more and more drunk, but be subtle about it.
Okay. See here. Hold on.
Does he seem like a lightweight?
He seems like the frat boy type,
Ah.
but I mean, you probably are too.
There you go.
Alright.
So let's see. Roll me a 1d6 and tell me what you get.
A 2.
A 2. Okay, so that gives you that. All right, so you guys equal, and you just keep your conversation going, though he scoots closer.
Ah. I'll pick up what he's laying down. Well, I'll make a couple moves, maybe like make some more physical contact, like either put my hand on his shoulder, or even on his leg if that feels acceptable at that point.
Oh, let's I'll roll against his tolerance. So give me he's management, so you're gonna have to roll pretty well.
Do you want me 20-sided?
No, just roll me a 1d6.
4.
4. He allows it.
Ah. Alright. Conversation heats up.
All right.
Might start asking more personal things.
Yeah.
All right.
What kind of criminal background do you have? I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, everything's white collar. You know, securities fraud, the whole, all the great Citadel crimes.
Oh, please do tell.
Once I totally undervalued a stock, but then lost control over it when a bunch of idiots on the internet figured it out.
Perfect. All right, we'll continue on this conversation and see if we can't get him to spill a bit of, like, maybe something that might incriminate him.
Well, I mean, it's all white collar, and you're in. So in this world that you're gaming in, they don't prosecute people for crimes that are considered white collar. They only go after like what they call blue collar, or the colored collar crimes. So basically, he could talk to you all day about these illegal things he's done, and he'll never get in trouble for it.
Unless I convince him to maybe share a bit of deeper things he might not reveal at first. Is this what most humans talk about on a first date?
Well, I don't think so, but I spend most of my time in the forest with forest creatures.
Totally get that.
So in this world, I'm gonna say it probably depends on what type of human they are. See, with everyone being humans, there's going to be a much wider variety than we find in our world.
BS my way through this and be like, like growing up, like I may have like stolen a few things every once in a while. Maybe myself confess to a few crimes, but we're going to be careful about this and make them very far in the past so that it's a bit, more acceptable. Like I was a kid, like.
Okay, roll me a bullshit check on that.
1d6 or 20?
Use the 6. I like how this is working out.
11.
That's a decent amount of bullshit. Let me see if his tolerance for oh, yeah, he rolled a 1. Totally falls for it completely.
Perfect. So maybe now that I've shared, he'll share. And we'll see if we can't find something that incriminates him.
Oh, we still need to find the location of his docu-folder so we can get that switched out.
Well, if we incriminate him, then he can't get hired. Therefore, he cannot fire us.
He's not getting hired. He's a consultant, which means he is a kind of a freelance, kind of a mercenary. He's like a mercenary. He gets paid for a job, and then he goes on to the next job.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. So, all right. So, being as my CEO ploy kind of backfired on me, I am going to message IT and say, hey, how easily can you get around in someone's interweb account?
I'd say pretty easily.
Okay. So I need you to find me everything you can about this consultant, and when you're done with that, just for fun, look up the CEO's secretary's look her up and see if there's anything that she's sharing that might link her with the CEO.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alrighty, what would I make for that?
Roll me. Let's keep using the D6 just because I really like how this is working, and add your specialism of computers.
12.
That's a success. You are able to get in using your laptop. You're able to access communications that there's a couple emails. One that was sent to management directing use of a conference room, not the boardroom, but a different conference room. And you find an email from the secretary talking about how impressed she is with the CEO and a man in his position of influence.
Okay.
So far, we're kind of coming up empty.
Does the email specify which conference room it is?
Yes, it does. It's 112A.
Okay. So I'm going to message the postman and say, meet me at 112A with your trolley and papers.
We'll assume the postman works his way down there. There he is.
Sorry, I was busy trying to understand these flesh bits that I am encountering. There was a sudden urge to go to a small room with a small hole.
Great. Okay. All right. I just look at him and go, okay, yep, I understand. Just zip your pants back up, man.
Oh, indeed. Thank thank you for the information.
Oh God.
Okay, so I like emotion. All right, come on. Let's see if we can find this. We're gonna investigate this boardroom 112A and see if we can find the consultant's docu folder.
Excellent. Well, since you're there with the postman who has the ability to access anything, he is able to unlock the door and get you inside.
I can access anything? Oh, yes, I do. Keys to stationery cupboard. But that's stationery.
Well, you just, as the postman, you have access to basically everywhere in the building because you have to be able to deliver mail anywhere in the building.
Ah, well then, yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, a trick of this type of human in this environment is you're basically invisible, meaning that basically no one else can see you.
Ho ho! I am a sneaky human.
Humans visible?
Well, not really, but what happens is when humans become these different classes, they become invisible to other humans. They don't acknowledge them or really see them.
Fascinating.
That's what was weird.
There's in one of our previous games, there was a human who was a Mexican wrestler named Number 5, who was also a mailman, and no one ever realized that he was wearing a mask the entire time he was delivering mail.
Hmm.
I think that has more to say about humans being very oblivious.
Perhaps.
Anyways, what do you guys find?
I found paper.
Yes, they find. You find the folder with all of the numbers and stuff written inside.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I take the papers out of the folder, and then we put a like amount of blank paper in the folder, leave the folder there, and then hide the papers with the numbers on them in the trolley.
Awesome. Good idea.
We go.
All right, you make it out. Where are you headed?
I'm thinking we need to go to the accountant department.
Awesome.
To accounting we
So-
go. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho.
So HR and the postman are going to accounting, but the only person that is actually seen by the rest of the office as they move is the HR representative. So no one assumes anything suspicious. It's just HR going around. And of course, everyone gets a little afraid when HR comes around. So they think there might be a problem with, Bob in accounting.
Yes, good point.
What's Bob ever done?
But no one knows. But you generally don't get a visit from HR down in accounting.
Bob is quite the exotic name.
It is, but for a human, it's very common.
Is it? Humans are weird.
They are.
Alpha turns to the HR and says, perhaps given my natural invisible nature, I can attempt to swap out these necessary documents.
We've already swapped the documents out.
Oh.
Now we need to deliver them to accounting.
I mean, deliver, not necessarily swap. And he has them hidden away in his trolley right now.
So you just follow HR in to drop off the documents,
Right.
Basically.
Discreetly follow in. Do.
Okay.
Bob is momentarily shocked as documents suddenly appear on his desk.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I talked to Bob, and I'm like, "Hello, Bob. I need you to do a favor for me. I need you to look over these numbers here and see if they add up or not."
He looks confused and he's like, "What does HR have to do with this? Roll charm. Roll a d6 and add your charm."
10.
10. Okay. He looks at them and he seems confused. He's like, "These kind of make sense. I'll need some time. I have a lot of work. Is this a priority? Can I get this to you tomorrow?"
Alpha chips in
no, Bob.
and says, why, Bob, I believe that I helped you recently. Can you assist the HR with this? I believe I need to get these documents out very soon.
Ooh, good one. Well, yes, you did help me out. That's true. I'm just, there's so much going on. Roll your, actually, go ahead and roll your charm, Alpha.
What if I kick in the quid pro quo? Can I ask
Yeah.
a favor for NPCs?
That's true. He's like, sure, yeah, he'll agree. He'll be like, okay, yes, absolutely. I see you're trying to move up out of the post room or something. I'm right on this. Can you come back and like give me an hour?
Absolutely. Out of the game, back in the tavern, Alpha elbows over and says, "Humans are truly gullible, are they not?"
Dane doesn't say anything. He just like drains the rest of his ale and signals for another one.
Awesome. Okay, so HR is doing that. I think we should check back in with sales. How's it doing with your drunken lunch? I mean, you guys were pretty smashed before.
Yes. Well, how's the conversation gone? I've been kind of pushing to see if like we can't incriminate him at all.
Tell you what, roll a 1d20 and tell me what you get.
I mean, an 8.
You do not get anything out of him that's incriminating, just that he's kind of sad and lonely and looking for love in all the wrong places.
Put some moves on him then, maybe give him some false hope.
Roll charm.
Alright. D6?
Yes.
10.
You are very successful. He immediately is like, well, the CEO did say that he was going to take the day to decide, and I don't necessarily have to go back right now. I'm staying at the Motel 6. You want to come over?
Continue our conversation.
Exactly. Yes, we'll talk this through. This is your benevolent GM, and this is an ad break. Instead of our normal ad on repeat, I'm hoping this week our friends and listeners and their friends can join us in helping us support Free Fridge Salem. The capital of Oregon has been setting records in triple-digit temperatures, creating life-threatening conditions for houseless people and people without air conditioning. So we've been trying to set up hydration and cooling stations, doing things like handing out cold drinks for anyone that needs them. But the city, and specifically the local police, have been destroying the stations and pouring out and contaminating the potable water supply. So if you have the ability to help, Free Fridge Salem is accepting donations through Venmo at Free Fridge Salem. Again, that's through Venmo at Free Fridge Salem. Thank you for all you can do.
All right.
Humans are very gullible.
Okay. Okay. So HR sends sales a message and says, "How are things going out there?"
I'll message back asking, what do you want me to find again?
I message, "Never mind, we found it. Just keep distracting the consultant."
Easy.
Then I message IT, "Listen, I need you to dig a little deeper. I need to find something on the CEO in case we need it for future."
Alrighty.
Okay, roll your IT then, if you're going to do that.
1d6 again.
Yes, 1d6 plus 8.
12 again.
Okay, you click through the computers and you say, well, there's definitely something here. I can't quite put my finger on it. I can only get up to through these saved messages in the system, and all of them are not particularly damning. Like they're on the edge. They're suggestive, but not damning.
Okay.
Are they damn suggestive?
Yes, they're pretty damn suggestive.
Oh, you must be on the right track.
So does IT message HR back
Sure.
saying nothing specific?
I'll say there are things that are suggesting other things, but like nothing that we can really use.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we wait until we hear back from the accountant then, since everything else we're kind of coming up dead-ended.
Alrighty. you guys wait a while, just out of curiosity on the sales side, how did your? Well, you know what? Actually, I don't want to know. As a bard, I know how these things work out. It's not that much different with humans. So we'll just assume things went well for you, and he's very distracted for the next while.
Perfect. You guys go on.
Okay, so the time passes necessary to go visit accounting, and who goes back to accounting? Is it HR, or are you just going to send the postman as a courier?
Send the postman.
Awesome. So he's able to get in, pick up the documents, and get all the way back to your office, again, completely invisible and unnoticed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I get the postman comes back. I say, so what did old Bob say?
He said that his knees are aching, and he is looking forward to a trip to some other place called Bermuda. I do not understand this.
Okay. That's not what I was talking about. Did he say anything about the numbers that he looked at?
Yes, you find that the numbers are inflated.
All right. Well, then I message IT back and tell him this consultant's numbers are inflated. Find out why he wants to get rid of all of our jobs.
Alrighty.
Find out why he's using inflated numbers.
Alrighty. Do I make another
Yes, please.
1d6?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the things you're randomly finding. So yeah, please use your computer skills and see what you can locate.
11.
You get an 11. Let's see. Try and think. You find some communication that wasn't directed to anyone in office, but was sent across your network. It was a packet you captured going out to someone that the consultant was communicating with, that says his percentage is going to be huge.
Okay. Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay.
Could be anything. Is it expensive shoes?
It could be anything.
Well,
It sounds like a large percentage.
all right. So I hand the documents back to Bob and I say, "Thank you, Bob. Can you take these back to the boardroom and switch them out again for the blank pieces of paper that are still in the folder?"
I believe that should be easy, since humans do not seem to care about me. Very strange. He slides them into his trolley and begins walking to the boardroom. Not trying to be discreet or anything, just do. Overconfident in his capabilities.
Awesome.
Well, he's effectively invisible, so.
Well, remember, you're not going to the boardroom. You're going back to that conference room.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Conference room 110A.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make it down, you switch out the paperwork, and that's all done. So you got the original paperwork back. You know about the numbers. Let's see. It's probably it's been long enough that the meeting is back on, and the consultant is missing. So there's a boardroom meeting upstairs, and HR, your patron, sends you a message. What happened to the consultant? Where is he? He's supposed to be here for this meeting.
I reply back. He went to have lunch. He's not back yet.
Awesome.
I don't know where he is or where he went.
Awesome. So you send that off, and a couple minutes later, you see the CEO come out of the boardroom and walks down the hall and goes down to that conference room, looks inside, does not see the consultant, is very confused, sees the papers, kind of flips through, sees the numbers, kind of shrugs, and then you hear him say, well, I did tell him I'd have to think about it. Maybe he took a long lunch for something. We'll continue the meeting for now. Hopefully he'll show up.
Okay. So as he walks on by, I kind of I kind of accidentally kind of bump into him a little bit and said, you know, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard that the consultant might have a wee bit of a drinking problem.
Linda, is it? I appreciate the input. He's, as HR, he's not exactly under your purview, but I'm glad to see that you are doing everything you can to protect the company.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. Just aiming to please.
Kind of gives you a grunt, which is meaningful to humans of his stature, and walks back into the boardroom. So you've affected him. Let's see. I'm just curious. Ooh, yeah, he has a pretty low bullshit tolerance already. So that definitely affected him.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, he seems less tolerant of the consultant.
Oh, perfect.
Ah.
All right, so then I message sales and say, "Hey, get the consultant." I have to ask him. So is the consultant pretty? What condition is the consultant in?
Is William Bigsworth still distracted at this point, or is he able to answer his phone?
Tell you what, give me a roll on your 1d20. Let's see where things went.
15.
It takes you a few minutes. Say, it takes you a good 4 to 5 minutes to get to your phone to be able to answer. You were busy at the time that the message came in.
I'm just asking for a status update. Is the consultant is he pretty sober? Is he pretty drunk?
Well, how is his status?
Oh, he's drunk. Let's just say he's more or less sleeping it off. Like he's pretty out of it. He's laying in his hotel bed snoring.
So I relay that information, like he's asleep. I don't know, how tired would he be?
You wore him out.
All right, well, saying he'll probably be out for a couple hours, at least.
So I replied back. How much did you guys drink for lunch?
A few shots. Couldn't really get him comfortable enough, but he was at least a little tipsy.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well,
he'll be gone for a while.
I was hoping for absolutely wasted, but okay. I guess that's not in the cards.
Sleep works too.
Really? Because if we could
how
have
about
gotten him
this?
back to the boardroom absolutely drunk as a skunk, then that would have torpedoed him even further in the CEO's eyes. But if he was only tipsy and he's just sleeping in, then that's not the same. So,
Are you free right now? If you're free, go grab me a bottle of alcohol and bring it to his room right now. I don't know if I could leave because I'm not sure if I have his key card or if I have a way to get back into the room after I leave. So why don't you come bring us some alcohol when he wakes up? I'll try and get him drunk before he goes.
well, by then it'll be too late because that would be still another couple hours out, probably. All right, so I say, all right, never mind. Just let him sleep and come back here, and we'll figure something else out.
Okay, I will head on back.
Awesome. All right, you head on back, and when you get there, your hair is still wet. Apparently, you had a shower. I have a funny little effects table.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, it's just random. It's great. There's all these roll random things that you can throw in, just so I don't have to think of everything.
That's fun.
All right. Anyway. All right. The boardroom keeps going on. The guy is not showing up, and you haven't discredited him, but you've diminished him a bit in the CEO's eyes. But remember, CEOs only care about one thing: quarterly profits. So there's still a chance he'll go with this guy if he can save the company a bunch of money.
Yes, I know, and unfortunately, I'm not digging up anything that I can really use right now. It's nebulous. Everything is nebulous. So, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, welcome to the human world, my dwarven friend.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm kind of drawing a blank here.
I'm not sure either. Well,
I mean, this is what we need. We need either ironclad dirt on this consultant in order to discredit him, or solidify the connection that he has with whoever he was messaging, or we need to find dirt on the CEO
And blackmail.
and blackmail him. Yes.
hmm.
So this is what we need here.
CEO seems like a very straight man. I'm not sure if I'd be able to help much there.
Well, we can maybe kind of look into his. Well, look a little bit deeper into his secretary. Maybe look at his wife, see what his wife is doing. You know, see if there's a pool boy at their house. I don't know. Something. We need to find something.
You want to see if there's a young executive that happens to disappear and looks like Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, something along those lines. You know, wife at home, possibly bored. You know, cute pool boy wears a thong. I don't know, something. So you know,
How about you just someone go and try to deal with the secretary? I mean, you've got an IT person that can mess with their computer. You've got a mailman that could like probably deal with physical messages on her desk. You've got a salesperson that came back all clean and pretty. And then I don't know, HR, there's probably not much you can do.
no, not as HR.
Hmm.
And the problem is me being Dane. I'm not going to know anything at all about this world's social media accounts, so I can't really direct the IT person. Hey, figure out what the secretary is posting on Instagram. So, which should be my normal route. Be like, hey, find out. So I guess, all right. So I will send sales to the secretary's desk and see if he can't charm her a little bit.
All right, I see how it is. Making me work hard. All right, so wait, William Bigsworth's hair is still wet, right, after the shower?
Yes.
I believe it's custom, like in humans, like flipping like wet hair back and like pushing it up with your fingers is considered attractive. So I might try that as I walk by the secretary's desk and then lean on it and be like, "Hey," and start up things that way.
Give it a try. Roll
Would
your
you
charm.
like? Yep, charm. 11.
Wow, you're nailing the rolls. Jeez. Yeah, she is interested. Let's see. Yeah. She's basically goes with whatever you want to say. You're saying hey, she's saying hey. There is a definitely flirtatious eyes going back and forth.
Interesting. Let's see. Well, we want to know about her relationship with her boss, but you don't want to ask that right away, right? You gotta.
No. So you either want to get her away from her desk, so we can either get
Okay, I'll ask her when her break is.
There you go.
Let's see. I guess we should figure out what time of day it is. It's after lunch. How about let's see. Hold on. Let's roll. Yeah. She'll say that it's very close. In fact, she could probably leave any time since the meeting is closed door and no one's come by all day.
Sounds good. How about you head with me over to a more secluded area? I'd love to have a little chat with you.
She giggles and says that's wonderful, and you see her poke some buttons on her phone, which you recognize from basically being a voicemail. That's like an automatic secretary, a mechanical one that can hold her place for a short amount of time.
Ooh.
And she
Like a clown?
No, not a clone. It's a it's a machine. So kind of like here in our world, how Alpha is a construct, a machine that can live and do certain things. In the human world, machines don't live, but they can do certain things. Like say a call comes in on one of the magic boxes, it will answer for her and give her a message later.
Fascinating.
See. Anyways, let me chat up this secretary and maybe work my way over to discussing her relationships.
Well, if you could just get her away from her desk, that would be a good start.
Yes, so yeah, lead her away somewhere.
Well, so far you're doing well. So you're leading her away. She's away from the desk. What are you guys gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna message the post room guy. Have him go to her desk and see if he can find anything that she might have that might be a little bit suspicious, like photographs of her with the CEO, little notes that they might be writing to each other, something like that. And I'm going to have IT kind of go through her computer and see if there's anything that she's got on the computer that might be salacious.
Alrighty.
On it.
Well, let's see. I guess Alpha, roll for connections. I guess you'd want to look for.
Would that be a D6 or?
Yes. Yeah, roll a 1d6 and we'll add the connections modifier, which would be for you 5.
All right. Well, I got a perfect 6, so 11.
Wow. Yeah, you flip through and immediately find a note. It's quite scandalous looking, in fact. And it's obviously he has very nice handwriting because you recognize, being a postman, the handwriting of the CEO. And there's some naughty descriptions and words and a time and address that you do not recognize the address, so it's not his house.
Oh. Is IT with us at the time?
I mean, I'm searching the computer.
Alpha turns to IT and says, "Can you locate this address on the magic box?"
Can. Should I roll 1d6 again?
Sure, yeah. See how good you find it.
Add 8, right?
Yes.
11.
Oh, dang. Geez, you guys are doing really well. You are like, yes, here, let me use this popular maps app. And yep, here it is. And here's the street view of what it looks like. Oh, look, and here is a review system that gives people's reviews in a stars. It looks like there's 1 to 5 stars available. And something called an Airbnb.
I got this from Google Maps.
Gurgle, you mean like Dane does with his brew?
Yes.
Dane just, puts his tankard down and belches in the satyr's face.
Ah!
Ray will lean across the table and smack Dane again.
Oh, I just realized something. Casters has probably never had alcohol before.
Well, he still hasn't. He's playing a game where he hasn't. Where he's...
Well, I know, but we ordered ale for the table, but he's been in the forest for forever. He's never had alcohol.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe at some point, Casters will have alcohol for the first time. Anyways.
Interesting.
Okay. So, yeah. So, what has IT found in the secretary's computer?
Let me roll again. 13.
Dang. You find that the reason that nothing was found on the other server is that her and her boss have been using a draft, sharing an email account, and writing to each other within it. So it's not saving as a sent mail, but saving as a draft. So each of them can access.
All right. And so does IT tell me this?
Yep.
I'm like, perfect. Copy all that and send it to me.
Alrighty.
And
And
then-
send.
And then while you're doing that, or after you do that, find me his wife's email address.
Gosh, you guys have me do everything.
I'll just give you that one. You don't have to roll for it.
Alright.
That's in the company directory.
All right. So, okay, cool. Oh, and I text IT back. You know what? You're doing a fantabulous job. See what you can find out about his wife. You know, does she come from money? Is she the reason of his success? Is he the reason that, or is she just a nobody?
Well, I'll look it up. I'll try my best. Should I roll again?
Yes, if for no other reason, to give me a moment to try and think of something.
10.
Okay. You are looking up this information, trying to find it, but you somehow also trigger a digital trail and accidentally send a record or save a record of your search and your employee ID to the main server.
Oh,
Well,
that kind of sucks.
Nothing bad happened directly, but now there is a record that you are looking for these things.
Okay.
And you do
can
find
I delete said record?
not yet. You'd have to go back down to the server room and access the terminal directly.
I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna text HR and be like, little something came up, I'll be back quickly. And I'm heading down to the server room.
Did
Okay.
you give any information on what you found first, or are you just leaving?
Oh, she did that before I had her search the about the housewife.
Well, no,
CEO.
the record was created in the search for the housewife. So I was curious if she gave you the information about the housewife and then went down, or if
I don't know. I don't know what she found.
it's up to her.
Sure, I'll send the little information I found about her before, I accidentally goofed.
Okay.
And then I'm heading down.
So the information you got was that she's a local small business owner. She used her husband's money to start the business, but now that it's booming, they're probably on more or less equal footing as far as functionality, personal, self-fulfilledness, things like that.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to message my boss, and then maybe not. Maybe not. I don't want to tip my hand. Let's see. Now I want to find out whether or not. Oh, I'm gonna message sales and ask sales to ask the secretary if secretary knows if the CEO and his wife have signed any prenups.
Prenups.
Any contractual agreements prior to hand fasting that would delineate division of assets in case of marriage dissolution.
I picked up none of that, but okay. Anyways, well, once again, it's kind of strong to just come off of, so I might just start trash talking the CEO and whatnot, kind of get her opinion on him, and then ask if there's any trash she can bring up about him.
Well, maybe, or where exactly did you take her?
Some secluded spot, I don't know, maybe like a break room, or well, not break room, that'd be too public. Where did I take her?
I kind of liked the thought of the small executive break room. It's not where the regular employees go. It's kind of a place where the secretary, the CEO, maybe the CFO, those people go. And since they're in a meeting, it's kind of private right now.
So you should do an investigation and see if there's any decanters of alcohol in there.
Once again, getting people drunk.
Well, drunk people tend to talk more.
You're right.
Well,
So I'll ask her. I might just ask her, hey, is there anything to drink in here?
oh, jeez. Oh, well, He does keep some in his office, but that's it. There's nothing else on the floor.
Sad. Anyways, I'll still.
So yeah, so you're gonna have to get her kind of.
So I might start not going talking about how I feel about the CEO. Maybe he's okay, I guess.
Well,
How do you feel about him?
You
You
know
have
what
to
the
deal with him all the time.
most effective way to get information out of people is just kind of listen. So kind of give her a leading question like, "You seem sad. What's wrong?"
There you go.
And go for that. Go from there.
Okay, and since you've been drinking, I'm going to have you roll your calmness for this one.
Oh. Okay. That's a 5.
Oh. She is miffed. She's like, I am not sad. I am quite happy. Thank you very much. We are going to have a little bit of fun and eventually run off together. I have a feeling about this one.
With the CEO or with me? Oh no, with me. Like with me?
No, with the
You feel
CEO.
about me? What?
No, the human's talking about the CEO.
Oh. You. Oh, please elaborate. I'm really curious about that.
She says, my break is over, and turns around and walks back to her desk.
Darn it, didn't work. Alright. Well, at least know that if she's hoping for something like that, then that means there's obviously something there. Yep. How do I do in the server room?
You get down there, and first, let me just check something. You run into your supervisor, who is like, where have you been? I've got calls coming in from all over the place. What is going on?
Well, you see, I got something really, really important came up. Yeah, something really, really important came up, and since I was the only one who wasn't doing something incredibly important, so I was like, oh, hey, now let me handle it, and I've just been running around all over, trying to get this mess sorted out, and I've just been, again, I know, I have those other things that I should be doing, but this is more important than that.
Tell him if he has any problems, contact HR.
And if you have any problems, contact HR.
Ah, dang. I was going to have you roll your avoiding work roll for that. But yeah.
I still want to do it.
Well, the HR is good. So how about do the avoiding work roll, but with advantage?
Okie dokie.
Is that a 1d6 or 1d20?
6. Just roll it twice.
Well, the first one was already a 6, so...
Oh, well, you got it. You nailed it. And he's absolutely impressed. He says, okay. I'm sorry to bother you. I totally understand. I'm on it. And he walks out the door past you. So you're able to get to the terminal.
Alrighty. Time to wipe my mistake.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, we got some good stuff on the CEO.
Well, she believes that they're gonna run away together and be happy together.
Mhm.
But
IT found stuff on the computer.
oh yeah.
So, how to wrap this up neatly?
Yeah, I was gonna say, guys, it's almost the end of the day. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Alright.
on this, I'm opening up this draft thread and I'm reading through it. What exactly does it say?
Oh, quite a few scandalous things. Apparently, they wrote very dirty to each other, like a Harlequin romance novel.
Well, that's not very dirty.
Well, I don't know. I've never read one.
That's like PG-13.
Okay, well, fine. It reads like what's something? 50 Shades of Grey.
There you go. That's it right there. Them's the tickets. Okay. All right. That's good.
It's like it borders on vulgar.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Well, 50 Shades of Grey is definitely it goes beyond bordering on vulgar.
Again, I've
So-
never read it. I have no idea.
It's quite illuminating. Actually, I don't think I've read it either, but I've seen the movie, so
I don't want to know.
Anyway, all right. How do I handle this? IT.
Yep, sir.
Is there any way we can find out who the consultant is messaging with, talking about his percentage is going to be huge?
I don't know. Have I wiped my history yet from the servers?
I'll just say you've had time. Yeah, you pull it off.
Alrighty. Sure, I'll go on a quick spree to see what the consultant was talking about.
Well, you're only able to get a few of the packets as they went out. You couldn't track who they were talking to.
I send that information to HR.
Okay. All right. Well, is the meeting over yet?
Yeah, it's the end of the day. Everyone's wrapping up, leaving.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So I trying to figure out. So a couple times I've gone to the CEO, it hasn't gone well. Well, no, actually, I can probably do this. So I am going to kind of, as the CEO walks out, I'm going to kind of get his attention and say, "Sir, I need to talk to you in private."
Okay. What's this about?
Yeah, in private, sir.
All right.
Very important.
Come into my office.
All right.
He leads you in. Shut the door.
Okay, so shut the door, and I'm like, "Sir, there's some things about this consultant that is troubling me. One, he never showed back up. I mean, after lunch. So that's got to tell you right there that he's not the most trustworthy of individuals. And two, the numbers that he's using are, I sent them through our own accountancy department, and they came back and said that his numbers are inflated.
Interesting.
And three, we've also kind of discerned that he's been in contact with somebody else saying that they're going to make a lot of money on this.
Fascinating. I won't ask you how you got some of this information, but it is good to know that you're looking out for the company.
Yeah. And not only am I looking out for the company, I am also looking out for the company's employees, because that is my job. And so we managed to find something really interesting regarding a number of messages that kind of took place between you and your secretary, as well as your wife's email address. So this is how this is going to play out. If you lay any of us off, your wife is going to be getting these emails.
Okay.
So as long as everything stays status quo, everything will stay status quo.
Understood. And he reaches over and pushes the button and Becky, come in here, please. And yes, sir. You hear, and the door opens. She comes in, and I don't know your name. I just assume your name is Linda because every Linda I've ever heard of is in HR. So
yeah, Linda's his name is. I was thinking more along the lines of like Dolores, but
Dolores. Yeah, that works. And not just because it was the subject of an entire Seinfeld episode.
Right, yeah. The name was infamy.
Linda Dolores here is just leaving. Please have a sit. Have a nice day, and my regards to the HR department.
All right. So I give him a meaningful look, and I say, I mouth again, status quo. trying to protect Becky as well to a certain extent.
All right. Okay, you see the satyr just like giddily clap, like. Well, that was so much fun. Oh, Master Dwarf, you are such a natural at this game. I'm so impressed. I've never had anyone blackmail an entire corporation before. That's so good.
Dane just raises his tankard and roll, and then drinks some more down, spilling half of it all over his beard, and then motioning the serving maid to get him another tankard.
Ray smacks Dane again, this time just for the heck of it.
It was interesting being a salesperson with maximum charisma, because I've never in my life found another being to be attractive. And guess what? I never want to again.
Yes, it is quite fun to go against type, to put yourself in another's shoes. As a bard, we sometimes get to play characters other than ourselves, especially if we join perhaps one of the troops. I know there is a theater troupe that is famous around here. They occasionally come through, and while I do grant them a mistral, I could never participate. But it is amazing to watch them take on personas, all of their own.
Funny. All right. Very cool. All right, so
It was definitely an interesting time.
Master Bard, were we successful?
Oh, you were amazingly successful, marvelously entertaining. I shall tell tale of these events for years to come, granted with a bit of my own spin, but that's just how it goes.
Naturally.
So,
All right.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope, that's fine.
Oh, well, in thanks for joining me on this quest, I wish to give you a bit of information in return. For word has it that you are traveling with a certain gentleman of historical note.
Maybe.
Ah, well, if the old prophecies are true, and I've been one to invent one or two prophecies myself, but in this case, you may be looking for some antiques. And as far as I'm aware, one of them is out to sea.
Yes, we have heard that as well.
Yes, well, I'm not sure exactly how beneficial this is, but if you were to, say, take a ship to more or less the middle of the ocean, swallow a water-breathing potion, and jump off, you would probably sink down, assuming you're not crushed by the pressure, of course, to an area that is somewhat denser populated than one would expect, and you will likely find there what you seek.
Well, that is fantastic information there, Barty. Appreciate it.
I love it. How delightfully absurd.
All right, cool. Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Anything else, Sarah? Is it about time for you to start your performance?
Oh, yes, I suppose it is. And you get him, he gets up, and let's see here. Let's do a couple rolls. Ooh, nice. Yeah, he plays a song to start out that is so amazing that every one of you sheds a single tear.
Dane's working on his third tankard, so he might shed two.
Okay, fine. Dane sheds two. But the point is, I nat 20'd his performance, and
Nice.
so it is just beautiful. You see why this is a renowned bard player and how he can get people to like join his game and so forth, or pay for him to come around, join his games, all those things.
Perfect. Well, that might even rate a sniffle and a quiet sob.
Yeah. And he does. Then he starts a little bit of a stand-up routine. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you all having me here. The bartender says try the fitch. I haven't had it myself, but It's probably not great if he's telling me to tell you to try it. And then he starts going back into a performance. He plays his lute for a while, and just for fun, I'll throw a few of these out. He goes, I'm really glad to be here. My mother had morning sickness after I was born. And he plays a little lute thing on his lute, and he says, when I played in the sandbox, the cat kept covering me up.
Ouch.
He says, I don't know. I went to a massage parlor. Turned out it was self-service.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know.
Grown. Oh my goodness.
At least, but I mean, he's just you can tell he's just having fun the whole time. And
Right.
And then at the end, he goes, and to my friends, for a wonderful game, to all of you, I will tell the tale. It is so good that within this mysterious world of humans and mundane dangers, I can tell you these are some of my best players ever, and I am one who has within the game met the Surgeon General, and he offered me a cigarette. Anyway, so you finally have enough of him, and you go out the door on your way into the world. It's still early, and if you guys are interested, you can make plans. We can discuss your recent changes or go from there. For our listeners, note at the end of the last episode, I told everyone to go ahead and level up. So the players have been working on that. And what level are we all at now, by the way?
5, we believe.
5?
I believe it's 5. Yep.
Excellent. So anything you guys want to share about that?
Nothing too big for Dane. He did gain an extra attack per turn now, and
Nice.
I believe he's up to 39 hit points, and then his proficiency bonus climbed by 1.
Nice.
So-
That's major.
Yeah. But he didn't. No new spells or spell slots or anything like that. That still stays the same.
Ray now has 38 hit points, and she has also an extra attack and has learned 2 new spells.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I realized I was being dumb and wasn't learning the number of spells I should have. So I actually I've written down 2, but I have 1 more spell I can learn now because it's actually more than your spell slots. Well, for me, it's more than my spell slots. So
Nice.
yeah, learn some nice third level spells.
Cool. That's handy. Hey, Alpha, did you get anything?
Sadly, Alpha doesn't get a proficiency bonus at this level, but he does get extra attacks and a stunning strike, plus a stronger martial arts attack now.
Oh, great.
Each punch went from 1d4 to 1d6.
That's quite a bit. That's more powerful. So that's awesome.
Yeah, because it's
That's
1d6 plus dex. So yes, he can pummel.
yikes.
I'm thinking we're gonna need that. So
What's Alpha's maximum damage? I didn't even calculate this in 1 round. Let's see here, because 4. Alpha can dish out, assuming he gets perfect rolls without a critical, just perfect damage rolls, 60 damage in 1 round.
Jeez.
that's a bit.
That's assuming that he, actually gets maximum damage on every roll.
Yeah. That's like the stars align and everything is perfect.
Mm-hmm. And if he crits, ho-ho! Imagine just taking out a dragon in 1 roundhouse. Like, bad dragon, bad dragon, bad dragon!
I was
Wow.
I was envisioning it more like the hunter in Serenity. Just hits him in the nerve cluster.
Yeah, basically.
Just paralyzes him.
Only
Except I had that nerve cluster moved, so you know.
Well, you're safe, but everyone else isn't.
well, actually, no, he does have technically that skill as well, Stunning Strike. So
Yeah.
what is that? 5th level, interfere with the flow of ki in opponent's body, hit another creature, spend the key, they make a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of my next turn.
Yeah, that's basically it.
It's the nerve cluster.
Now, then we just need to get River Tam a chance to go ham on him while he's paralyzed.
Mm. Oh, we'll create it. We could always create an NPC.
Actually, I think we're kind of getting up to that point where we're starting to become formidable. So
Well, that's the point.
I'm,
I'm trying to make it fun and give you guys a chance to really play into those strengths.
yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah. Never had to do that before.
what?
Be flirtatious. I didn't like it.
Oh, but you did so well.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
Well.
that's funny.
I understand, though you were very successful. Good job.
I felt a little bit like someone sitting in the middle of a web spinning spinning a spider web and then plucking all the various threads to kind of try and bring everything all together. Just weaving my trap.
Well, that is what HR is for.
Right?
This has been an Azentuary LLC production. Find us online at azentuary.com for character bios, merchandise, Patreon, and more. Thank you for listening.
Hey.
Hey. Ba-ba-dum.
Baby, it's a firework.